Hello there, I'm Kathleen Sherman, and this is my podcast about my book that's based off of my book, You're Not Crazy, You're Simply Divine. And I'm so excited today to bring on two beautiful ladies who are doing amazing work in the world. And so Tracy Anderson and Currier, welcome you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to bring you on. I've known
We're excited
Joe
actually to be part of this.
Yeah. I know, me too. And so I try to bring out light workers and people who are doing good for the community. My book, it is based off of my book, which was about my ascension process and my having a hard time with going through that stuff and not having enough help. Of course, help came in when I needed it, but it took a while. And so going through some of that can be scary, tough, and rough. And people like us are what we're doing, and why the book was out and why I wrote it is because Spirit was like, you need to help the next ones on their path so it's not so harsh. And so what you guys are doing
that,
yes,
in many ways.
Yes. And so what you guys are doing is, Joe, you own Ways to Wellness and Higher Self.
I do. I own Ways to Wellness and Higher Self bookstore.
Yes. Yeah. So, and Ways to Wellness is in Midland, and Higher Self is in Traverse City, Michigan.
Yes.
Yep. And so, and you do lots of beautiful healing modalities, and
I do many, many things. Yes. I
do. And Tracy, what we're bringing you on for is not only for the Love and Light box, but for you to showcase you and what you do. Tracy, can you tell us a little bit about you?
Well, I mean, technically, I am a serial entrepreneur. My major project that I'm working on right now is Mesa Enterprises, but that's just kind of the technical side of me and what I do. I have a very scientific, system-oriented mind, but the side of me that I'm bringing out right now with Light and Love Box is more creative and definitely energy based, and it's a passion that I have because I want to share all the wonderful experiences that I was having on my own with others, because it's powerful and it's life-changing, and I wanted other people to experience what I was experiencing.
That's wonderful. So can you explain what the Love and Light box is? I know I sent just a message out on Facebook to people talking about it, and it's really amazing. Can you talk about what it is, what started you doing this, and how it can help them?
Okay, well, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
So
I have faith in you, though.
Let's start with how I got there.
Yes.
It was really interesting, like if you look at how your life progresses, you have all these moments and all these things that kind of define who you are, but really you have so much change that happens between a point A and a point B. But there is one moment that I can tell you was a huge catalyst for me in this whole Light and Love Box process. And it really started with runes. And I was at Ways to Wellness and
started here.
Yep, started here. And so I would walk by the runes, and I'm telling you, it was like literally and figuratively they were calling to me. And what I didn't realize is that I had a lot of perceptions about runes in themselves, even if you're looking at, tarot or runes or whatever it is. I had a lot of preconceived notions just because of my upbringing. So I kind of pushed it off and kept pushing it off. But then something in my gut told me I needed to just move forward and get them. And so I did. And what I didn't realize is that one step was literally going to change my life forever. What I ended up doing is I started doing ceremonies with the runes and energy ceremonies. So manifesting certain things, or I mean, even to something simple as cleansing the runes. It kind of got me in this mode of ceremonies. And when I started doing that, it felt like something deep in my soul woke up. And it is amazing. Like I started dreaming and seeing like how elements come together and how energy is working together. And it's amazing to then experience those things coming together in a ceremonial, very focused way. Okay, so I think that answered how I got there.
Can you really
Yeah.
quick explain what a rune is? Because not everybody understands or knows what all this stuff is.
Basically, to keep it real simple, runes are just symbols that are very ancient, that I see them as a way to communicate energy out, but runes are very interesting. It's not like a tarot deck. It's almost like they're an entity of their own, and you respect them as an entity of their own. And their job is to tell you the truth, even if it's something you don't want to hear.
They're a divination tool.
Divination tool, that's what I just heard. Yep.
Divination tool that they are symbols carved traditionally on wood. We now have them on crystals and stones. Bones, but
Shells. Yeah.
And each rune has a very consistent, like Tracy said, specific meaning. And they're real. They are just realistic for not, they don't sugarcoat things.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a really big difference with runes, because they don't sugarcoat anything. But I think it's very nice, like from a ceremony standpoint, because it's a simple symbol, right? And it's very easy to send that energy out when it's something that's simple, that someone can easily draw, replicate, or push that energy out into that altar space that they're working on.
And when the ceremony cards that Tracy has developed to go with all the ceremonies that have come to her, we use the runes in a way that we draw them and then say their name out loud, which again, it's vibration and it's intention, and it makes everything just come to fruition for people.
Yes.
Well, and we're also connecting that rune to an element, and generally it's done with the air element. So we use like an incense or something that
Are you back, Kathy?
Yeah, I'm here. Yep. It kind of timed out for a second. I was just waiting for it. Sorry. So can you hear me now? Okay, we had a little bit of hiccup on it's raining outside, so probably lost a little bit of it. And Spirit was telling me the reason they stopped this recording for a minute is because they wanted me to bring up the rune so that you could see what we were talking about. So Tracy, do you want to just do it? Go ahead. Sorry.
This was the rune card from the April ceremony. This was Rado. And so we used this, we not only drew it, like I said, but we also spoke it out loud. And it is for?
Basically, it's a journey. It's like moving you on a path. It really has to do with growth and those kinds of things. And actually, I want to bring up, we had a really cool experience with the Rado symbol. We got together and did the ceremony as a group, and we went outside to burn the birch after we had written down the things that needed to be released. And so there were 7 of us, right? Yeah, there were 7. And so we had a tray outside that had a bunch of Himalayan sea salt in it, so it was safe to burn that many things of birch, that was, it went up in flames quick. And very interestingly, all the birch from all the pieces melded together and made the Rado symbol.
Yeah,
And it
they
was
all-
a flaming Rado. It was amazing.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So yeah, you could do this. So talk about that a little bit about these boxes. Do you want me to bring up the website really quick? I'm just gonna, for a minute, share the screen and show your website to find you. It's lightandlove.com, correct?
Lightandlovebox.com.
Box.com, sorry. And so I couldn't see it over on my screens up at the top, but this is what your box would look like if you were to order it. And it's a monthly subscription that people would purchase, correct? Through the website.
Yep. Yep. So
Mhm.
what happens is, the image that's being shown here is just an example of one of the boxes that went out, but really every month, every element changes, but it's to manifest a very specific thing in your life. And it's corresponded to that full moon, to that time of month. Now that came about in a really, I don't know if organic is the right word, but honestly, I pulled a rune and then afterwards I figured out like it all matched. And so as I dug deeper and deeper, I was like, oh, yep, that's the right energy. So it was really cool. So anyway, how we do it though is it's balanced elementally, which is one of the really big differing things between this box.
That is the fact that each box can be very unique, very individual, because no two ceremonies will be the same. The guidance will every month be different, and the treasures inside the box are all there to support everything that you're doing within that full moon ceremony opportunity. So even if you've never done anything in and around the moon, or you've never done a ceremony or a manifestation, this is an amazing way to just start and dive in, because there's no guesswork. You don't have to do any research. You don't have to do anything other than open the box like a treasure box and do a little pre-reading so you know what to do to prepare. And other than that, everything is there.
Beautiful. I'm going to just click around on your website for a second so people can see how to get to your store, how easy it is. And the cool thing is I got your April one and it came with essential oil, rosemary, candle, a handmade intention candle. It was a heart candle, a grid cloth, which is the flower of life. That's the flower of life right there, pattern, right? With all the crystals and the candle, all the different candles. Yep. It had myrrh incense, a whole pack of really good brand myrrh incense, which smells amazing.
And the incense that will come every month, Kathy, they are natural incense. There are no artificial fragrances. There's no chemicals. I mean, that's part of the Ways to Wellness promise, is that everything that you get has meaning, but it will be in a way that is pure and simple.
Yes, beautiful. And is there anywhere else you want me to click on here to show people, or is that good? I wanted to show a little bit. Oh, and by the way, there was also birch bark. There was a feather, an abalone shell, a vial of flaxseed, another crystal, an incense holder. So there was everything that you could possibly need to do a ceremony, and you give them instructions on how to do some stuff. So I learned stuff when I did this. It was so cool. I'm like, I didn't know that. That's really neat. So, and the red zircon was really powerful crystal, by the way. Wow.
Yes.
It's a little tiny baby one, and you get all those crystals, you get all that stuff to keep, and you can reuse it.
Yeah. That is, part of the point. There are certain things that come in the box that are meant to be used for every ceremony. So there's always a cleansing component to the ceremony. So there's
you'll always use the feather and the abalone shell. It'll have different smudge or different cleansing herbs, but they'll be consistently used.
Well, and like I learned too, like I'd never smudged with rosemary before. So I usually use sage, sweetgrass, cedar, different ones, but I've never used it, but it smelled amazing and I felt a different energy off of it. So that was really cool. So you're using your intuition.
And rosemary traditionally is all about ceremonies. It is
Ah.
to be used on
Yeah.
an altar for ceremonial purpose.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. Yeah. And so I have some of my stuff. And as a matter of fact, here's my feather. And so all of the stuff, this is a cloth that you can use. And you even show them how to do the grid for the crystals, which was really cool. So she told you where to exactly to put them on there, what directions, and how
Well,
to
the
do
cards
everything.
that come, yep.
Mhm.
And I think Tracy was going to just explain a little bit about the cards.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me see.
Well, the
Oh, yeah.
art,
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so a couple of things I wanted to point out first, real quick. This art that is included in the ceremony cards is really, really special because we have an artist that is hand making an original piece of art based on the correspondences for that full moon. So these colors that were incorporated were directly tied to this full moon. And so what we do is we actually make this art available after the ceremonies as well. So you can buy the one of the kind piece of art, or you can get the reprint, but that serves as that constant reminder of what you did, but then that energy is being pushed out all the time in your life. So that's Glenda Potter with Rustic Hippie that's doing this art. So
Nice.
it's really amazing.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
original pieces are gorgeous.
Yeah.
And that's got light language all through it, energy
yeah.
to help you on your path.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So then this is kind of an example of how the ceremony card, the altar diagram is working every month. So you get a very clear layout of how things need to be set up, because even the directions of those stones were very carefully thought out and corresponded, I think is the best word I can think of to talk about how the energy is designed.
Yeah, there was an
go out.
energy and an intention with every single thing. So you needed to put your flax in a very specific corner. You needed to put the crystals in the very specific spots, because it all brings together the energy of what the intention and the purpose of the ceremony is.
Mhm.
And can you tell them how it's going to help them on their own ascension process, on their own spiritual path? What it's going to do for them?
Question.
Well, it
Like,
comes back to the whole premise of the box. But go ahead.
yes. This question that you're asking is very key to me, because I don't know if you've talked to a lot of people where they'll say things like, oh, light and love, and it's kind of almost like it's almost used as a nicety, like to just kind of cover something. But when I talk about light, I am talking about the fire of transformation. I am not talking about a nicety. I am talking about transformation. These boxes are designed for you to look at the core things that are going on within your spirit, soul, mind, body, and emotions, and give you an opportunity to change, move forward, let go, release. That's not a nicety. That can be very hard sometimes, but you have the balance of love. And that allows you to move through those things. And if we can, as a person and as a community, transform our lives, and then we have the love to balance it out, we are sending that out into the world, and we can manifest great change.
And I personally think that's why we all are here on this earth. We are here for a purpose, and we're here to create a higher state of consciousness for ourselves, which then moves everybody and everything forward in our world. And light and love is like the premise of everything that I do. Whether it's energy work or whether it's personal work, it doesn't matter, but it is divine and it is very loving, but it is incredibly powerful and deep and transformational.
It is, and that's the whole premise of all of it. And people are awakening at I had an extremely fast spiritual awakening. It's coming faster for people now. So this is going to help them, just like my book is like just a tool that they could use. This is a great, you're helping them learn how to release what no longer serves them. You're giving them the instructions. It also comes with, you also give them a recorded message through your website that they get with the box that I don't know if we mentioned. And so that is both of you talking about how to release and let go. It's the things that people don't understand that will help them immensely on their journey and help them move forward and help them with this tough thing that they may be going through, so that they can move through it with grace and love. And it's so funny when you were talking about the love and light thing, I thought of the, oh, bless your heart, or just, it's really like a derogative thing. And it's not, it's, I love the way you put that. That's beautiful. Very eloquent.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
Well, when you get the box, the inside cover talks about illuminating and transforming. And that's exactly what the purpose of the Love and Light box is. It's for individual and collective transformation. And the whole premise is to promote peace, possibility, and prosperity. And it's prosperity in every possible way.
It helps you live in your passion and your dreams and let go of the old self and the old ways that we did things, because they don't work for us anymore. Because it doesn't, those old ways don't always allow us to live in our most divine state of being. And that's what it's doing. It's helping people you're helping people, you're giving them the tools that they need. Say, here, this is a way to help you. And all that research that we've done in the past, you're giving them all that in like a cliff note of, here you go, this is how you do it. So you're giving them, I shouldn't say cliff note because it's not shorted at all. It's just giving them the information and the assistance that they need as a teacher, really, by just opening up that box. So that's what I loved about it.
Supported and guided.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And I think it's also important that, a lot of times we go through life and you're like, man, I wish this would change, or you have these thoughts that go through your mind, and it's not in a real focused way. So a lot of times we don't see that manifestation that we're really looking for. And then this is giving people a moment in time where they focus their mind, they focus their intentions, so that they can actually successfully manifest the things that they are truly wanting and desiring.
And each month has a specific focus. So April was all about growth. Now this next box, May, coming up, is all about fertility. So you're talking about a recorded message, and Tracy and I had a great conversation about fertility and the external and internal programming that goes on with that, because fertility doesn't just mean biological. And then there's other topics. Each month through 2022 has been planned. So we'll be talking about abundance and healing and peace and so many things.
Yeah, I don't want to give all of them
Yeah,
away.
well, there's lots to come.
There's lots
We
to
got
come.
secrets, huh? Yeah, but
Yes.
and if they subscribe, they get it. Yeah, they get all of it. So thank you so much for coming on. It's been absolutely amazing. And I see you guys working together for a long time and in many other lifetimes as well, combining your gifts and abilities. Thank you for doing all that you do in the universe and to help others, especially me. I wouldn't be where I am without you, Joe. So I thank you and Jeff, yep, especially for all that you've done for me, because I do readings at both of their places often. And they've helped me on my path and my journey to assist others as well. So
And that's kind of my path, is to help assist others. And in this case, I'm so excited because I now am doing Love and Light box too. So
exactly.
just one more thing.
And,
Thank you,
Tracy,
Kathy.
You're welcome. And Tracy, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your gifts and abilities. I hadn't met you until today, so I'm so excited to meet you and get to work with you and help you shine your light out in the world. And by the way, I just got to say, I've seen you doing this so many times, working with this divine energy before in other lifetimes. And it's just you cultivating that energy from so many different times and spaces that you knew divine, you had those divine, that inner magic, you know, that you just knew, that you knew stuff and did your work in other lifetimes that you're just picking up all the pieces of right now and putting together for now for the awakening. So thank you for doing all that.
I really appreciate this opportunity. It's been very fun.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. So it's loveandlightbox.com to go to check out all the things that you're doing. And Joe, what's the website for Ways to Wellness?
waystowellnessstore.com or higherselfbookstore.com. And
Awesome.
if you go to Love and Light Box, you can find both of those on that site.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. It's been absolutely a blessing, and love to you both and everybody out there. Thanks a
You
lot.
too, Kathy.
Thank
Thanks.
you. You're welcome. Bye-bye.